Good morning, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. Good afternoon. We have coffee at all times, so we'll have to see. Okay, good Lord, my hair looks uneven. What the heck? It looked like I got one half of my hair higher than the other. The struggle is real, people, okay? The struggle is real. Let me just say that. Dun, dun, dun. And who will be the number one? Who's going to say something first? I'm waiting for it to come. Come on. And don't be judging my hair. Britta, of course it's you. Hello, Britta. How are you, dear? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me so we can talk about my mess. Thank you very much. Hi, Bonnie. How are you? Good to see you. Yes, indeed. Da-dum-bum. So let me see if I can get this shared to my personal page. Thank you very much. Let us see. Is it going to let me share this on your timeline? Yes. We're going to put live. Hi, Susan. How are you? Good to see you. So, how has everybody been? It's been like 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So, let me just start out with, if you follow me and you like me, welcome back. It's good. Welcome back. If you follow me and you don't like me, welcome back. What can I say? Hi, Tiffany. Thanks for joining. If you're stalking me and you don't want me to know you're there, that's okay. I'm going to pretend I don't know. I'm going to pretend you're not here, okay? So you go ahead and do that stalking thing you do, okay? And I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna keep doing me, okay? I'm gonna keep doing me. If it is your first time, don't forget hashtag if you're on here live, as in right now live, and I'm live. Hashtag live. Where you're from, all that good stuff. Britta says I'm doing good. My bestie and I are getting together on Saturday for dinner. Hey, there you go, Britta. See, things looking up. That's good. If you are. If this is your first time, hashtag first time, let me know that somebody turned you on to me, or it was one of those pop up out of nowhere things and you don't know why Facebook does it, but they did it. And you're like, who is this woman? Then if it's that kind of a thing, then you know what I'm saying? Just let me know that you don't know why you're here and why you clicked on it, but you did. So, oh, Deborah, yes. Goose Creek, South Carolina. Okay, that sounds like homey as all get out. Like everybody gonna want to visit there. It just does. Hi, Patty. Thanks for joining me. Who else do we got? Hello, how are you, baby? Good to see you. Tiffany says, live in NYC. Now, Tiffany, we all know that's about partying. That's all about the party town right there. You know it. So it's been a couple of weeks. Last Monday was a holiday for a lot of people. And I figured I'd give you guys a break, not come on and do this live thing. So if you miss me, thank you. If you didn't know I was gone, that's okay. The impact is not always real, okay? Not always real, for sure. So what's everybody been up to? Hi, Connie. Thanks for joining me. Deborah, I see you sneaking in the back door, Deborah. I see you. Yeah, Angie, how's things up? Busy, Angie, busy. I mean, let me just try. Look, a lot of people right now are in Cabo, which is crazy. A lot of my friends are in Cabo right now for a trip. I have just been working hard. Things are good though. Things are good. Had a busy weekend. Was Ubering this weekend. We had Kane Brown in town. Kane Brown was in the Southern Maryland house, okay? And I mean, there's some crazy women who want an Uber who want to go see Kane Brown, okay? I thought I was going to have to protect him, I thought. And I was more than willing to be his protector. And get your minds out of the gutter, okay? Like, he's old enough to be my son. But I felt the need to protect him from the crazy women who think for some reason, because they go to his concert, that he's going to leave there with them. I'm like, come on, y'all. Wake up. Smell the coffee. Have a cup of coffee. Do something. You know, you need to do that. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Carrie. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to hashtag live or replay. And no, Deborah, I haven't moved yet. Looking like the move-in date is going to be end of August, beginning of September. I am shooting for Labor Day weekend. That is what I'm shooting for. So I'm in touch with the people that we're looking for a house through, and taking it a step at a time. Got a lot of stuff packed up already. So we gonna be ready when we find the house. You know, we haven't really found it yet. It's a little bit too early yet. I mean, where's the time gone? Seriously, can you believe it's June? It's June. It's just crazy to me. Hi, Jamie. I see you. No, Patty, I will not be at Rep Fest this year, mainly because of the move and everything that's gone on this year. I haven't been able to participate in a lot of fun things this year, but you guys know me when I get a goal in mind. You know, I'm trying to make it all happen. So that's what I'm doing. So, you know, just out there hustling, making money, you know, taking care of the side hustles when I can, and you know, just doing what I got to do to get it done. I'm determined. I'm going to be moved by September 1st. I need this. I need the move. I need the fresh start. And I'm excited. I'm excited. Guys, look, I'm the girl. I'm going to be 56 years old this month, June 21st. Gonna hit the big 5-6, okay? And I have never lived anywhere else but Maryland my whole life. I mean, matter of fact, I have not lived more than 50 miles from the place that I was born. Think about that one, okay? Think about that one. A lot of people can say, oh, I lived here. I mean, my husband can say he's lived all these places, he's traveled all these places. But for me, I have been a Marylander all my life. And sadly, Maryland has just gotten more and more expensive. And as I get older, I'm like, the struggle is real. I don't want to have to pay this much just to say that I live in Maryland because I'm, you know, an hour from DC. That's crazy. So when I went to North Carolina some time ago, I absolutely fell in love with it. Love the idea that they don't get deep 30 inches of snow. Connie, your son just graduated from 8th grade. Girl, I'm serious. It goes quick, believe me. And I can't believe what you get down there for what I pay here. For the same amount, I can get double the square footage. Oh, Patty, no way you're 56. You're very young. You were so full of energy. Well, okay, Patty, let me give you my secret. There was a time not so long ago when I was very much caught up on the number, you know, the number of, oh, how old are you? Oh my gosh, I'm turning 30. Oh my gosh, I'm turning 40. I ain't cutting on you people who were there. I was there. I just need you to know where this is going to go, okay? And when I hit 50, that was a big year for me. I remember I was able to celebrate it in Hawaii. And I just think anymore, it's just a number, you know? It's a number. How old do you feel? What do you want to do? Why does that number that tells you how old you are, why does that tell you what you can do or what you can't do? Why does it tell you how you should feel or what you should participate on or how you should think? Hi, Carolyn. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Melissa, North Carolina is beautiful. I just feel like, who cares about the number? Look, I look at it this way. Every year that I make it another year, I'm celebrating. You know, Lisa Scola, my buddy, she celebrates birthday month. Now, I normally just celebrate birthday week, but I have to tell you, I'm here for another year, and as long as God allows me to come in and come into your life and share with you in this manner, I'm going to do it. I just believe that when we get too hung up on the things like what you weigh, what's your numbers, all these numbers, what you weigh, how old are you, you know, titles. Oh my gosh, we just waste so many years and so many thoughts on just not figuring out what you want to do with life and how you're going to get it done. Now, I'm not taking away from anybody who works hard, because let me be clear. I don't think anybody works as hard as I do, but that's just because I'm working so hard. I work a lot of hours right now. I mean, always working. But what happens is when you have what I would call a credible goal, like something you really want. And look, there have been times in my life where there hasn't been something that's really driven me. You know, you take like that hiatus where you're just kind of sliding through and nothing is really there for you to go after. And then this happens. And all of a sudden I was like, wow, you know, yeah, I want to move. I want a fresh start somewhere. You all know that Lee is legally blind. He has an eye disease. And I don't talk about it a whole lot so much. You can see that on my old YouTube videos. But Lee, there's no cure for what Lee has. And he loses a little bit of his sight every year. You know, all his friends know, all you who are watching me, who've been in our lives for a long time, you know that if you want Lee's attention, you got to make sure you're in the light and you got to be out in front of him. You know what I'm saying? For him to see you. And most of the time you'll hear me say, Lee, such and such is right here in front of you. And of course with him, a lot of times he'll hear your voice. But once he zooms in, he can see you. But I had to start thinking of some things differently. Here in Maryland, it's definitely not unusual for us to get 11 or 12 inches of snow and for it to be really cold and very icy. Sometimes we've gotten as much as 24, 26 inches of snow here. The pollen thing is really bad here. Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining me. And I believe that I'm looking to make life easier for him, but in the process, things that Lee can't do, I've got to pick up and I have to do. You know, I mean, when your sight's taken away, but yet, believe me, Lee does things that I do not miss doing. Lee does all our laundry at home. It's amazing. I haven't had to do laundry in like 14 or 15 years. He does it well. It's perfect. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you don't have a man who does your laundry and does do it well, I feel so bad for you, because it's amazing not to have to do laundry. Oh, you like my earrings? Aren't they? Yeah, these are one of my favorite. Look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? Love them. Yeah, little feathers. So the point is trying to move, number one, to a warmer climate. Look, I've always loved the seasons, but I'm not moving so far away in North Carolina that I'm not going to get the seasons. I will get the seasons, but I'm not going to get some of them so severe, especially winter, because winter is a booger, you know, getting out there shoveling the snow, and, you know, Lee wants to do that, and he can, but I've got to be out there, you know, showing them where it's at. And I mean, who likes to be cold, you know? I mean, I don't mind. I love fall. Fall's my favorite time of year. But I just want to change, you know? I mean, I'm like, I don't want to struggle. I don't want to just make it. I want to go somewhere where life can be lived a little bit fuller. My boys are raised. They're completely on board with me going. So I'm excited. Tiffany, you're moving to Florida. I love that. See? So that's what happened. So for us, it's just crazy. See, Patty, I hear you here. It's still cold here, 53. Now, see, I can live with 53. What I don't like living with is 21, 15. I don't even like living with 37, okay? I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's gonna happen, even where we're going, but I just don't want that anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's time. Sometimes you just feel it in your gut that it's time. That it's time for a change. It's time to say, you know what? You know, I'm gonna pick up, and what's the worst thing that can happen? If it doesn't work out, guess what? You can move somewhere else. But I've had it in my heart that we have wanted to do this. Lee and I definitely on the same page. And it's going to put us closer to his parents. Some of you have heard this again, so just tune me out if you've heard this. It's been really almost a giving effect for Lee. You know, when everything was... It seems like my whole life with Lee, when he came into my life, has always been about my family. And it's been about it willingly, absolutely willingly. He's always partnered with me, always been right there through everything. And not that we didn't see his family, not that we didn't spend time with his family, we did. But definitely, it wasn't even Steven, for sure. And And where we're going, it's going to put us closer to his parents, and his parents are getting older too, and he would like to be there, and I would like to be there to help support them in their journey. And, you know, his dad has had some health problems in the past. He still has a few, but being able to, you know, go up to their place and help them open the pool or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Or to help them with the leaves, or help them with the grass, or just something. And, you know, it's not an 8 or 9 hour drive now. Now it can be, you know, something that's better than that. And I feel like it's time to give back a little bit to his family. So that's one of the things that's a plus. We've got friends down in the area. Lee has friends down in the area. I have some friends in the area. But it's just exciting. It's a new adventure. Who doesn't like a new adventure? My kids are excited for me. They can't wait to come down and visit. They're going to help us move down there. So it's going to be an exciting time. So I'm really excited. Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you, especially for the people who are live on here right now, I try to offer y'all something from time to time. And just recently, I got some more free meals from HelloFresh. Yes. Let me tell you what this says. It says, say hello to delicious fun. Simply claim your free meals on HelloFresh.com. Select your meal plan and enter your code at the checkout, and then it gives you a unique code. I love this because I think it's like 3 meals for 2 people. Hi, Cindy. Thanks for joining me. It's 3 meals. Here's the only deal. You can never have tried it before. I only have 3. So you have never tried it before, you have to sign up for it. You don't have to sign up and commit, okay? You don't have to do that. It's just a free trial to try their meals. Y'all see me and Lee all the time. So what I want you to do is, I want you to hashtag HelloFresh, please pick me. So hashtag HelloFresh, hashtag please pick me, and put it in the comments. And what I'm going to do is put everybody's name in there who does that tomorrow, and I'm going to pick 3 of you, and I'm going to give somebody 3 free meals each for HelloFresh. And if you like it, you can sign up. You know, I've done the Blue Apron. I still do Blue Apron from time to time, but I really fell in love with HelloFresh, so they're wonderful. So they just sent me these. So if you want to try it, but this is what I'm going to ask you. Don't do the hashtags if you're not really going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do it. Because if you don't use it, it's wasted. Because once I give you this code, I can't turn around and give it to somebody else, okay? So what I'm telling you is, please, 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 if you're not interested or you have tried it before, don't mess it up for the other people, because I will be the dummy who picks your name, okay? And then somebody doesn't get something, and that's ridiculous, okay? So, hey, Nicole, what a treat to see you live and not on replay. Ta-da! I showed up at the right time. Yay! So that's what I have for you, so don't forget to do that. So I said that we had the Kane Brown concert, and it was my first area concert where I was Ubering, okay? Carrie, I can't tell you all that because do I look like a low carb girl? Carrie, can we just get on? Hold on before Kane Brown. Carrie, if you've seen me in pictures from the waist down, guarantee you the size of my tail is going to tell you that this girl right here loved me some carbs, loved me some potatoes, loved me some rice, loved me some bread. I do, you know, now I'm walking 3 days a week and I'm trying to like measure it all out, and I try not to be excessive, Carrie, okay? But what happens is I like food. Carrie, now you know I'm writing the cookbook, Carrie. You know that. And Carrie, ain't none of those meals gonna be low carb, girl. Now you could probably take them and conform them into low carb if you wanted to. But I kind of enjoy all food. Look, my son, my oldest son, Earl, right now, he is like, you'll see, I call him the keto kid because he's been on keto, and by the way, done really great with keto. I'm proud of him. He's working out. It's working for him right now. But he hates coming down to the house. He came down yesterday, and, you know, I had some cheesecake that was here, and I fixed one of their favorite, chili mac. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Melody. How are you? So I fixed chili mac, and all of you think you had chili mac, but if you ain't had my chili mac, you have not had chili mac. You have to have Molly chili mac, right? We make it with the long spaghetti noodles, and I do my own concoction of the hamburger mixture with chili powder and garlic, and oh my gosh, and then you layer it with some raw onion, and then you put some shredded cheese on the top of it, and you dig in, and it is a masterpiece, but it's cheap. You know what I'm saying? It's a cheap meal, but it's good. So something I've been fixing for years, and the boys love it when I fix it. So they were down yesterday, and he was dying. And I said, look, I did one good for you. We did get some low-carb noodles. Not carbless, not the crap that tastes horrible, but these noodles were pretty good. He still would not give in because it still had some carbs in it. So you know how it is. So anyway, so this is just me. You know I'm going to be honest. So, Carrie, what I need you to do is if you go to HelloFresh.com, baby, they'll probably tell you whether they have. I know they have Weight Watcher stuff on there, I'm pretty sure. I think they do, like some type of a menu that follows their thing. Then Blue Apron, somebody does, so they can. So, all I can do is giggle with you. Love this. Yeah, chili mac keto. There you go, Nicole. That's what I was telling him. We could do this. So yeah, so we did that. So when I'm talking about my food, like I was supposed to make a honey bun cake yesterday. You know, if you've had my honey bun cake, it's amazing. Can I just tell you? It's amazing. Okay, it is. For those of you who've tried it at different events that I've been at, and wherever I go, I always try to bring some with me. Or if I've happened to mail you some in the mail. I haven't done that in a long time. I'm also working on a devil's food honey bun cake. Different, but the same. You know, like the cake donuts that have the glaze on it, right? You know, when you bite it, it's just, So I'm working on that right now. I got all the stuff for it. I haven't done it yet, but I'm working on a devil's food honey cake. So I think that's going to be amazing, and I want to get it done and get it perfected before I put the cookbook out. And if you're asking, cookbook will not be out until probably sometime between 2020 and 2021. I have had to back burner it because of the move and trying to get ready this year, but I have a lot of the recipes situated, exactly what we're going to do. I'm already looking into my publishing company, and we're going to get this done one way or another. I'm determined because I get tired of sharing all these recipes on Facebook. I want to say, buy the cookbook. You want it, buy the cookbook. That's what I want to say. Oh yeah, and Carrie, guaranteed that cake won't be low carb either. Just saying, girl, you know it won't be. Okay, so let's get back to Kane Brown. So I go to Uber for the Kane Brown concert. Now the concert, they don't even open the gates till 4:30, and I don't think the concert even starts until 7. They have a couple of side acts, I'm pretty sure, but I thought this ought to be interesting. So at 10 o'clock, people are over there in this big field that they have for people to park at, and they're tailgating. I mean, Southern Maryland know how to do it. They playing beer pong, got the tables laid out, the camping tables. They're playing some cornhole, you know. I'm like, when did taking bean bags and tossing them into holes, when did it go from tic-tac-toe, you know, that game that Milton Bradley had out, to cornhole, trying to drink and toss it in the hole? I'm just like, it's like horseshoes without a stake, but now you got a hole. So we're not throwing horseshoes at nobody so you don't damage nobody's brain. Now I don't get it. You know, when I want to get it. I don't get it. But I act like I do get it because everywhere I drop people off, even in some of the outside bars and stuff, everybody's got cornhole, like inside, outside the hole. It's like the thing. So if y'all are not playing just go Google it. Go Google it. Just saying. I know, Janetta, I loved it too, girl. I know. I loved it. So anyway, so I'm watching, I start taking people over about 12:30, I guess, thinking, okay, well, people are going to want, look, there's a whole lot to do over in Solomons. Here where I'm at, even though I'm on the St. Mary's County side, right across the Solomons Bridge, which is where the concert was taking place, there is Calvert County, and Solomons has been around. It's where the Tiki Bar is located. You all have heard me talk about the Tiki Bar. And it is the Calvert Museum who is having these concerts, and this was the first concert of the season with Kane Brown. And hi, Marlene, thanks for joining me. And so, you know, I have, of course, y'all know, my van, so I can seat 7, so I'm an Uber XL. And they like that. Everybody likes to go together, especially women. Women like to go to things together. They like to go to dinner together. They like to go to movies together. They like to go to concerts together. They like to go drinking at the Tiki Bar together. I mean, guys are the same way. They just a little bit different. They, you know, a little bit different, but not really, because I've had them both in there. But the women were like so excited. So I'm picking up people from the Holiday Inn and taking them over, and they're getting in the car like, yes, yes. They're like, we going to CK. It is mama's night out. The kids are at home. It's awesome. We're going. Can't wait till he looks down at me. And I'm thinking, have you not seen the bright lights on stage? He don't even know who he's looking at most of the time. And did you not know he's married now with a kid on the way? Y'all quit trying to entice that young man who could be my son. Thank you very much. But it was so cool to see them get together. You know, the women who get together and they go do these things. Some of them had not seen each other in ages, and they were all showed up, and they got a couple of rooms at the hotel, and they were very excited. Also picked up people who they all met at people's houses, and I took them over. So all day long, it was over the bridge or up in Calvert County, and taking them all, and boy, people were it was crazy over there. People still going to the Tiki Bar. Concert was going crazy last night, or not last night, Saturday night, and but it was definitely a good night for Uber. It really was. Probably one of my most profitable nights. So I figured the concerts this summer are going to work out really well for me in putting money away, for sure. You know, really only worked a couple of days this week, and I did really, really well. So I was really excited about that. I think they're having Brett Eldridge come. Hey, how about, and for the oldies, you'll know who this is, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire are coming down here to concerts, so I think that's going to be awesome. So people in Southern Maryland, they know how to party, and I'm sure people in New York say that too. And but there's something about the Southern drawl down here in Southern Maryland, let me tell you. I mean, I love people watching. I love watching the people walk from the Tiki Bar to the concert, trying to stay on the sidewalk, you know. It was definitely, yeah. Now, let me tell you something that did happen that you will probably think, this is pretty cool. I did, thinking back to it. So not this past week, but the week before. And I don't think I told you this the last time, because I don't think it had happened. So I get a request to go pick up a lady, and her name is Chris, and she spells it Krys, Chris. And not too far from where I was, and apparently where she was going to go was less than a mile. That's all I knew from the app. So when I get into the townhouse development, there's a lady standing like on the corner. So I put down my window and I'm like, are you Chris? Are you waiting for an Uber? And she says, you're Molly, and which is always a good thing. Can I give you some Uber etiquette for safety? Always ask your people what their names are if you're an Uber driver, right? But what you need to do is you need to ask people who pull up. If you don't know, if you haven't looked at the car, what car they're supposed to have, or what they look at, you should be. Safety with Uber or Lyft or anything, it needs to be safety first. You need to be asking the person what their name is. Ask the driver what their name is. Don't get in the habit that just because you see something on their vehicle or it pulls up in front of you, you should jump up in the car. Guys, that's when bad things happen. Not always, I'm not trying to scare you, but it is a very, very safe way to get somewhere that you want to go. But be responsible. Be responsible. Be the responsible person who's calling for it. You know, and I'm always going to be the person who tells you, don't drink so much that you don't have a head on your shoulders. Don't drink so much that you don't know what's going on around you. That is a recipe for disaster no matter what you're doing. Uber, bar, somewhere you don't know, all of that. So, you know, be that person. Be the person who's going to be responsible. So I pick up Chris, and when I slide the little thing that tells me where I'm going, I realize I'm taking her right across the street. Right across the street to the ATM, and she gets in the car, and you could tell that she had been drinking a little, not a lot, but she had been drinking. And she says, my daughter broke my wrist. And I thought, oh boy, here's going to be a trip. I said, your daughter broke your wrist? Didn't look broken to me. And she said, yeah. She grabbed me, and I thought, oh boy, she got into an argument with her daughter. This isn't good. It must have gotten physical. And I said, oh, Chris, I'm so sorry that happened. I hope it's really not broken. And she says, and she's short little lady. Y'all know me. I'm 6 foot, right? I'm 6 foot. Hi, Manette. I'm 6 foot tall. So she a little short woman. She probably like 5'1", 5'2". She's just a little, she's a little scrappy, but let me tell you something, but she's short. So I said, she says, I need to go up to the ATM. She says, the buttons are so hard to push. And she said, you know, would you come up with me, she says, and help me if I can't push. You know, she's got a cup in one hand. She's got her purse hanging off the good arm, I guess. And, you know, and so I'm looking around, and I know where I'm at, of course. I know the area. There's a Domino's here. There's a shopping center here. It's safe. But, you know, you're immediately like, So I said, Chris, sure, do you need me to hold something for you? So I get out, and she, you know, gets everything entered or whatever, and she takes $500 out of the ATM. Just boom, takes $500 out. And I'm like, wow. And so get a receipt, grab a receipt for her, get her loaded back up in my van, and, you know, close the door. And so before that, she starts talking. She goes, Molly, I need to tell you something. And I'm like, everybody always wants to tell me something. It's like all of a sudden I'm a psychologist. I'm an Uber psychologist. It is true when they say people just start talking to you, start telling you your life. And, you know, I'm like, okay, you know me, I'm going to listen. I listen to so many of you all the time, you know, so it's okay. I'm listening. And she says, my husband told me to give you $200. I said, what? She says, my husband told me to give you $200. Hi, Robin. It's a good one, Robin. Stay on. And I said, what? I said, Chris, I'm pretty sure since your husband's not here, he did not say give $200 to your Uber driver. I said, now, where are we going to go? Do you need me to take you back home? She goes, well, I didn't put it in the Uber app, but she says, I need to go back home. Now, guys, listen to me. This trip is like a minute and a half. I mean, a minute and a half. I mean, not an eighth of a mile. Not 1/8 of a mile. Probably not 1/10 of a mile. She just would have had to, like, walk across a busy road, which I'm glad she didn't. So I'm like, okay. And she says, I'm serious. He told me to give you $200. And I said, well, he's probably going to be upset if you do that. Really, I don't want you to regret this tomorrow. Chris, you can tip me on the app. It's all good. Let me get you home. And she says, look here. This is where the scrappy comes in. And she says, I know you're bigger than me, but I could take you on. She says, I could whip your ass if I wanted to. And I'm like, oh my, this is really happening, isn't it? And I said, well, I hope you don't want to. And she goes, I don't, but I'm telling you I was led. And she says, I got a story to tell you. She says, my husband died about 2 months ago. And I thought, oh boy, okay, I get it. And she says, and he left me all this money. So she starts saying, look, and all of a sudden on her phone, she's got all these bank accounts pulled up. She's showing me, look here, 28,000 in this one, 57,000 in this one, 8,000 in this one, 36,000 in this one. And I'm like, whoa. I said, Chris, listen to me. Chris, you need to close those apps up, and you don't need to show those bank accounts to anybody else who shouldn't see them in your life. So let's just go ahead and close them bad boys up right now, and I'm gonna take you home, okay? And she says, you're not hearing me. He left me with all this money. He's not here. My daughter's always arguing with me. All she wants is my money. So she starts counting out. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And she says, and I don't know why he keeps telling me. He told me to call an Uber, and he said that needed to give this money to the Uber driver because she needed it. And she says, and if you mess with me, I give you 500. I give you the full 500. You mess with me. I'm like, Chris, you don't need to give me 500. You don't need to give me 200. You don't need to give me anything. Chris, you're paying for the ride on the app. It's okay. I said, come on, I'm going to take you home. She says, I'm not ready to go yet. Let's see. She goes, you know what? I'll give you the full 500. I'm going to go up to the ATM. I'm going to get you another I'm going to get another 500. And I said, well, Chris, I don't think you can do that because I think there's a limit on what you can get out of the ATMs. And she goes, yeah, watch. And she gets out, thinks she's going to fall out of it because she's a short little thing. You know, she got everything in her hands. She won't put her cup down. She won't do anything. She goes back up, and I'm like, oh, no. So she's talking to it. I cut the car off again. I go up. I said, Chris, what's the problem? And she says, I'm going to get this $500 out. And I said, well, I don't think they're going to, but it's okay. Let's look. So she puts it in, and of course, it doesn't. I'm sorry. You're over your limit, blah, blah, blah. Well, she gets a little pissed at the machine, and she steps back where, you know how they all have a camera on there, and she starts giving them the bird on the thing. And she goes, you won't give me my money, blah, blah. And I said, oh, Chris, it's everybody. I'm like, oh, Lord. I'm looking at the camera like, it's not me. I'm just tagging along. It's not Uber driver. That's all I am. I get her back up in the car again, and she says, you need to take this money or I am not fulfilling what he wants. I said, let's talk about it once I get you back home. So here I go out of the bank, take her back, get her pulled up. I thought, man, I wonder if it really is her name. So when I pull up, this time I'm taking her to her townhouse, and there in the driveway is this big, humongous Dodge Ram, beautiful, fully decked out in anything it could have, shiny as all get out, Dodge truck. And the personalized tag says, Chris, K-R-Y-S, just like it was spelled on the app and what she told me. And I thought, wow. I said, that's your truck? And she says, oh yeah, that's my truck. And I said, wow, that is really a nice vehicle. She says, yeah, he told me I needed to get that too. So I did, I just bought it. She said, so it's mine. She says, do you want to drive it? And I'm like, no. Hi, Sandra, thanks for joining me. I said, no, I'm good, working. And she says, you know, I could ride with you all night if you wanted me to. If you needed the company, I could ride with you all night. I said, oh, Chris, I couldn't do that. I said, they don't allow that. Nobody can just ride with me. I said, but I think we would probably have a good time if you did. So she starts counting out the money again. She takes $200 and she jams it in my cup holder. And she goes, you're going to take that money, or I have you on full screen and my 1-year-old granddaughter's waving at you. Hi, Lisa Gale's granddaughter. Hi. Now I know there's a 1-year-old watching me. I got to watch my language, guys. So she says, don't try to get that money back to me. And I said, why does your husband want me to have this money? And she goes, I don't ask him questions. And she says, I don't want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about him. She starts going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm like, whoa. And she says, I know you think I'm crazy. She says, I will give you more. But somebody told me, and it was him. I know it was him. Said that I needed to give my Uber driver $200. She goes, this is my money. I'm going to do what I want to with it. She sticks it in the cup holder. She says, give me a hug. At this point, I'm completely stunned. And I just couldn't believe. She goes, in the house. She's done. I'm like, are you kidding me? I said, wow, this is amazing. Now, let me tell you what's even more amazing about it. Kind of a funny story, kind of weird. It's those stories where you go, well, that would never happen to me. And that's me. Like, I would be the one who'd say, here's the dollar. Take the dollar. This is my dollar. You take the dollar. And I'd be like, give me the dollar. It was worth $5, but give me the dollar. You know, that's my story normally. I have a goal every single week of what I want to make with Uber. Every single week, the goal is the same. And there have been very few weeks. I can think of one week when I had been really sick that I did not make it. And this was going to be a not so good week. I don't know why it was. I don't understand why it wasn't. But here I was already on Saturday, and I had not made my goal. I need you to know that sometimes things are completely beyond our calling. By the time that Saturday night was over and I saw what I had made for the week with this money that she said her husband said to give me, I was $1.86 over my goal for the week. $1.86 over my goal. I thought this story was really funny when it happened to me. I also thought it was a bit unusual. But I am always the person who believes that people are put into your life in one way or another for a reason. This is definitely one of those ones that was out there, but I do believe that God knew what my goal was and that I was doing everything I could to make it happen. And had she not showed up that night for me to take her to the bank, if she had not been there for that 16-minute conversation that we had, my goal would not have been reached for the week. Would it have killed me? No. But sometimes we can't explain the things that happen in our life. And sometimes we can't explain, yes, Lisa, God works in mysterious ways. And I know there's a lot of you who are going to say, oh, golly, here goes Molly again with talking about the God stuff. Look, I didn't tell you to click on my live stream. I simply offered it. But there is no part of my life that happens that God has not in some way put something in my path, that he does not know what's going on with me, and he pretty much lets me know when he's not okay with what's going on. He sends the signs, believe me. So if you don't like it that I talk about my God, feel free to click off. Or you can stalk. I got a lot of stalkers. Can we be clear? Lots of stalkers. Lots of people. Oh, I can't go look at her until after she clicks off the live stream because I don't want her to know I'm watching. You know, I know who you are. I know, okay? It's okay, people. But that's who I am. And there's a lot you're going to see of me in live streams that you're not going to like. There's going to be some things you're going to say, oh, I absolutely love that about Molly. Lately, you all have heard me say I've been beat up for a lot of different reasons here in the last couple of months. Guess what? I have big shoulders. It doesn't matter. I'm okay. I'm okay. And I'm going to be okay. You know why? Because I choose to be okay. Not because I'm just okay. Because I've been through worse. People will come into your life. They will walk out of your life. People will be in your corner and they will go rah, 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 as long as you're doing for them. As long as you're giving them something that they need. And I'm talking about, look, not just life, business. That will happen. It will happen. When you are right where somebody wants you, boy, you are their cup of tea. You are their favorite cupcake. They love it when you say, it ain't all about you, Cupcake. You know, I mean, they love it when you do. They love it when you talking about what they want you to talk about. But the moment you are not, hi, Wendy, but the moment you are not talking or you are saying something they don't like, boy, whoo, watch it now. Start ducking because the arrows are coming. You're in the line of fire then, you know. You know what I say? Bring it. Bring me your line of fire, because every time somebody puts me in a path that makes me struggle or starts to make me doubt something, or I start to feel sorry for myself, what happens is something turns around and I realize, oh, this is going to be good because this is going to make me even stronger than I have ever been. This is. Change is coming in lives, whether you like it or not. Personally, you gotta quit worrying about hanging on to the same thing, the same people, the same everything all the time. There is no growth when there is no change. I don't care if it is how you work, if it's who you are as a person, if it is with your family, if it is with your best friend. I don't care if it's with people. Maybe you're working in a situation where you're working with the community and you see people, whether you're waitressing, whether you're a nurse, no matter what you do, things are going to happen that create change. Sometimes it's a job. You need to change jobs. You need to shift. You should always be looking for the shift. Because when you adjust those sails and you just dip your toe into something else, you have no clue what you could be missing. And I've got news for you. At almost 56 years old this month, I'm not willing to miss out on anything anymore. You want to know why I'm going on this venture to move to North Carolina? For exactly that. Because it's an adventure. That it is something that Lee and I can do together. And we're taking my sister-in-law with me too. So she gonna be doing shotgun too, going on this adventure to say, let's try something new. Let's venture out and decide, is there something else out there that will enrich our lives? That new people can come in and we can be a part of their lives. So there may be something, look, if God's got something good for me out there, I don't want to miss it because I'm scared. And fear is a lot of what has kept me in places in my life where I would not change. You know, when things were not good with me and my sons for a while, I got to be honest. I didn't want to change what I was doing with them, even though I knew some of my actions weren't right. Because I was scared I would lose them. I was scared that maybe they wouldn't love me anymore. And in reality, I lost them anyways. So that showed me that I had to change. That I had to be the best me that I could be. That I had to figure out what I was going to stand for and how I was going to dictate my own life, and that I was going to be responsible for how I allowed people to be with me, what their expectations were of me, and if I was willing to be that person. And let me tell you, as sad as that part of my journey was, we now have a relationship, my boys and I, that I never dreamed in a million years that it could ever be as good as it is. And I'm not talking about one of those relationships where you're going, damn, dude, are you ever going to cut the strings to your mama? Oh, no, let me be clear. My boys are their own person. They are their own people. They may have some of my qualities and some of their dad's, but they are their own person. And I have learned to so respect that. You know, they are starting to figure out their own journeys, what they want, where they want to go. You know, my youngest son, Anthony, right now has got this entrepreneurial just bug. Wonder where he gets that from, right? Starting your own business and stuff. And this boy, I remember when it took everything to get that boy to go to work. Okay, let's go back to the day. I remember when he didn't want to go to work. I remember when my oldest didn't want to go to work. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? These boys, all they've done is watch me work and they don't want to do it. And all of a sudden, and I saw these changes coming in their life, and there is this shift. And my youngest right now is he is so driven to be successful and to find happiness in what he wants to do, and to call his own shots, and to say, nobody's going to tell me how I'm going to live my life or how much I'm worth. I get to decide that. I get to decide that. He has figured that out, and I could not be prouder of him. And I know how scary it is, and I know some people don't get it, and they may call him stupid or ridiculous, or why don't you just have that job where you have to work for somebody and let them and let them tell you what to do. And here he is at this young age, he is getting what I never got early. And even my oldest son is figuring out things himself that I didn't figure out until my 40s. That I didn't figure out that I really had a say until my 40s. Any of my tribe that is on here who follows me, and I know some of you have been watching me a long time, and I know that my live streams have kind of taken a shift from, I used to always talk about the company I'm with, but it's created this thing in me that says it's not just about the companies, it's not just about what you do, it's about being where you want to be. You are never too old to figure out that you want something different. You are never. Quit looking at that age. Quit looking at what you've always done. And if you are not happy with it, start making a plan to do something different. If you don't like where you live, figure it out. I have been in the planning to move to North Carolina for not 18 months, but I gave myself 18 months. In September, it will actually be 17 months. So I'm going to be a month earlier, reaching the goal of saying, I want a new journey, I want a new zip code, I want to go somewhere where I've never lived, I want to go somewhere where it's cheaper, I want to go somewhere where it's warmer, I want to go somewhere where we don't have this, where we don't have that, I want to go somewhere that's a little bit drama-free, and I want something different for us. But if I just sit around talking about it and I don't make the plan to do it, I'd never be where I'm at right now. You have what it takes. Maybe you want to be braver. You know, my hashtag for 2019 is be brave. Do you know why? Because I struggle with that. I struggle being brave. I struggle staying committed to the journey because of my fear, because of my anxiety, because of a lot of things. But I'm determined I'm not going to let it rule me. We let the wrong things rule us. You let people rule you. You let people tell you what's good for you and what you shouldn't do. You let people tell you why any decision that you make is not the right decision for you. You let people tell you how you should live their life, but they don't even got their lives together. Some of these people are the most miserable people I've ever seen. They just live in life day to day, doing the same old thing every day, 7 days a week, 24/7, never any different. They never seem happy. But you make a move to do something different. You make a move that says, I want something that makes me smile. I want to try something and see if it will be better for me. I want to cut my hair. Remember when I did that? I want to cut my hair. I want to wear my makeup different. You know what? I want to try that outfit that everybody else going to say doesn't fit me. I want a new job. I want something different. I'm going to travel. I'm going to sell my house. If you want it, it ain't going to happen if you don't make a plan to do it. And that's with anything. That's with anything. And once you show yourself that you can make one move that's different, suddenly that next step will come easier. And suddenly, you will not be so worried about all this in your ear. Oh, well, I don't want people to, I don't want people not to like me because of it. Look, if there are people not supporting your journey, no matter what your journey is, you better start rethinking the friendship. You better start rethinking the relationship. Because if there's something you really want, unless it's that you want to go get yourself drunk, silly, throwing up, use a lot of drugs, rob a bank, something that you know is going to get you in trouble, if it ain't that, you need to get out there and try it, because you know what? Do you want to be the person who's sitting in a chair one day and saying, wow, I wanted to do that. Wow, I want to write a cookbook. I've always wanted to write a cookbook. I love to cook. I don't know how this cookbook's going to go. I know I have been working on it for over 4 years because I'm not the girl who does things from written down recipes. I plop down what I want. I want this much chili powder, this much garlic. I put it in till it tastes good. That's it. I say no. I said, I may only sell 3, but you know what? I did it. When I get done with it, I did it. I can say, yes, I did. Who cares if 10 people buy it? Who cares if nobody buys it? I know one thing, lots of people like my cooking, so somebody probably gonna be interested in it. Stop listening to the static on the radio. Cut it down. Cut it down, and I don't care if you're 40, you're 60, you're 80, if you're 23 and you're watching me, don't you let anybody steal your dreams for what you want. You want an acting career? You do it. You want to go be a nurse? Go be a daggone nurse. You want to be a lawyer? You want to do this? Something you gave up, maybe because you had kids? Something that you're like, well, this isn't working for me. But if I leave this right now, everybody's going to really talk about me, and they're going to say how stupid I am. Who cares? Who cares? Let them talk. If they're talking about us, they're leaving somebody else alone who can't handle it. It's words, people. And unless you believe their words, let them bounce. Shake it off. Shake it off, as Taylor Swift says. Don't make me sing to you, okay? It won't be good. Shake it off. If their words are not encouraging you to be the best you can be, how you see it, then you know what? Push them to the side. Tell them to stay on their path of worrying about how everything's going to turn out, and stay on your path about walking towards what you want and dealing with what would happen when it comes up. That's what you need. That's what you need. I hate to see people who are only driven to do what other people want them to do with their lives. They don't finance them. They don't feed them. It ain't the person they're sleeping with. And sometimes that don't even matter, okay? Because sometimes those people are the worst. But they want to tell people what they should do with their lives. You know, I am sure that my brother Jason, when he decided that he wanted to be a youth pastor and go speak to multitudes of kids about God and telling them that they are good people and that there is a way to have a relationship with God and not feel like you have to give up everything else. I bet you that he met with a bunch of resistance. I don't know this personally that he did, but I would imagine because it was so out there that, you know what, I wonder if he ever thought, I don't know if I should do this, or this is scary. And he's younger than me. I remember thinking, I so envy him. He knew what he wanted to do, and him and his wife always found a way to make these things happen for them. And I'm sure that there were many, many struggles that I probably will never know about, and that's okay. But I do know that when I look at them now, I realize that they never gave up on how they saw it. They just they were throwing curveballs. You know what? They just kept playing the game. I could go on and on and on about that. You know, I remember when I left my first husband in the middle of the night. It was scary. It was scary. I was just determined I was going to do it, and I just did it. And I did not know what was going to happen. And if I had known what was going to happen, Can I be honest? I think there's a reason why there's hindsight sight and not forward sight. Because some of it I would have said, oh, no, hell to the no, I am not. I'm not going, nope, not going to do that because I don't want to go through this, this, and this. If you don't go through it, guys, if you don't go through it, wow, that you don't learn. Change comes through the learning process. It does. And you have what it takes. You just don't know it yet, but you'll never know if you don't venture out into that. So, you know, I hope on that avenue, I believe things happen for a reason. I believe that if your life is never tough in any area, you don't learn anything. So all you people who were born with silver spoons in your mouth, I'm jealous, okay? Because I never was. I have struggled my whole life in one way or another. It's never been any different. You know what? It may not ever be different, but I know what? Even through the struggle, I can be happy. Even through the struggle, I can find whatever I need. With Lee, I feel like we can do anything together. It may take us longer than some people, but we will get through it. And Lee has brought so much into my life, and he has been so good about building me up that I believe that, God forbid, something happened to him, I think I could still be that person. I do, because of what we have built together. And I know he will be. If something were to happen to me, I know he would be, because he's already got that in him. So if you have one person who is there to at least support you in what you want to do, instead of telling you all the reasons why something won't work out, hug that person and tell them thank you, will you? If you've got somebody who says, I am so happy for your journey, I am so happy that you are going after something you want, even if it's not what you expect it to be, you're getting out there and you're being brave and you're trying it. Hug that person, because there's not a lot of people out there. I need you to know that. There's not a lot of people out there, because a lot of people would rather sit and just be at whatever they were balled at, and they don't want to be a risk taker. My son, Anthony, is a risk taker. And I'd like to say he got that from me, but the truth of the matter is, I learned how to be a risk taker. I never was in the beginning, because who you see now is not who I was years ago. And actually probably not who I was 4 years ago either, because I embrace change now. I do. When it comes, I just embrace it. I don't know where it's going to take me. I don't know if it's going to be a good outcome. I don't know if it's going to be a bad outcome. But what I do know is I'm going to learn something from it, and I'm going to figure out how it can help me live a better life. So quit looking for the easy way out. There is no easy way out. Everybody suffers losses. Everybody suffers falling down. Everybody wants to quit. Everybody wants to just settle. And if you choose to, I'm not judging you. You want to just settle? Settle. It's okay. But you can't settle and then complain about your journey. Can't do that. You can't say I want to make changes and then get mad because you don't like that the changes aren't coming fast enough for your pace, what you're looking for. So I hope this has helped you. I know it's helped me. See, I never know what I'm talking about until I get on here. Oh, Janetta, 100% great. 100% still using all the products that we talked about. He's wonderful. Saw him yesterday. He got that baby face. You know, he awesome. So he is. He's doing really well. Thank you for asking. Everybody's doing good. Everybody's doing good. Just keep on keeping on. Do what it takes, you know. There's some people who say, oh, Molly, you don't understand. I have failed at so much stuff. Failure is part of the game, people. Quit thinking that because you failed at something or something didn't go the way you wanted to, that like it's the end of the world or you're a bad person, that you couldn't handle it, that maybe it just wasn't for you. Maybe it was part of the journey to help you figure out what you do need to do. Maybe you're not there yet, but if you quit looking, if you just settle and that's it, then you can't complain about it. You're not allowed to complain about the stuff you're not willing to fix. You got to stop that. Nobody wants to be around that people. That's nothing but a whole bunch of drama. And when you bring drama to the table, everybody gets up. Everybody gets up. And then everybody wants to drink tequila because they've been listening to your drama and your negative. And stop it. Stop it. I know sometimes it's hard not to be negative. But you need to say, what do we say? Not today, Satan. It's not happening. I'm wondering how many of you are putting into practice this 1% better every single day. I know you probably heard it once and said, oh my God, I'm going to do that. And then you probably just forgot about it until I said it again. Not only hashtag be brave, but be 1% better today than you were yesterday. You have no clue what that will do for you in a year. I'm not even a year in, and I'm already feeling it. I can already see it. I'm so much stronger than I was. So many things have helped that along. I am so excited and a little fearful of my journey that's coming up. But for all those who, yes, Lori, Satan, I'm driving my bus. Ain't that the truth, baby? Don't let go of that steering wheel. Just keep at it. There's something that just is that important to you. Please keep at it. Please keep at it. Don't give up on what you want for you. Don't give up what you know is right. Don't give up because it seems too hard. Everything worth having is hard. Everything. And if it wasn't hard, you wouldn't appreciate the journey. You wouldn't say, man, look where I've come from. Wow, look what it took for me to get here. Every day that I don't want to go back out in the Uber, every day that I just want to say, oh my gosh, I get so tired of just, I'm back to, feels like I'm working all the time. Well, when I chose to make a change, guess what? That's what happens. It's going to require more from you to get what I want. And I'm not going to give up on a dream that I have. I'm not going to stop until I'm there. I am going to go after it no matter what. Yes, Lisa, because Molly believes I can. And Lisa, I do believe you can. I think if you're on here and you're watching, I do believe that you can. I don't think there's anybody here, if you're willing to put the work in, who cannot achieve what they want to achieve. It's up to you. It's all up to you. But what happens is you say, okay, this is what I want, but then you never do anything with it. You never map out a plan. I mean, it's been hard for me. Think about that. It's going to be 17 months in September. You know what I'm saying? That I had mapped out this plan. And look, a lot of things have happened. This, my brother got in the accident and then he died, shortly after that. There are a lot of things that have happened that pushed me back some, that made me pause, that made me look at things a little differently. There are a lot of things that have happened in my life, business-wise and professional, that I have had to look at differently. I look at Lee's eyesight and how that is consistently changing. And it would be real easy to get caught up in the negative of all of this and to just say, I hate life. I'm going to do exactly just what I have to do, and I don't care about anything that I wanted before. And a lot of people do that. To let losing somebody dictate your journey. It's hard for that not to happen. It's hard not to let something keep you at a standstill. But I am learning, even if I can't take full strokes in the ocean of life, I'm still dog paddling. Sometimes I'm dog paddling. Keep myself up, you know what I'm saying? Keep myself up. Can't do everything I want to do yet. Got to make some sacrifices. Got to work really hard. I'm dog paddling. Don't like what's going on. But you know what? I'm starting to see the strokes now. And by the time I get to some of the places that I want to go and I'm done with what I want to do in my life, it's going to be one of these. And I'm going to do it with attitude. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be like, yes, watch the breaststroke. Whoosh, whoosh. You know, I mean, I'm going to take it and own it. Hi, Ann. I'm going to take it and own it. By the time I get done, it's going to be full. Everybody has to stop and dog paddle every now and then. It's okay. You will find your stroke again. You will find your timing again. You will divide that water before you know it. And you will take it and you will swim again. You will swim again. I know you see people going past you. I know you see people making their dreams come true. I know you see people, you feel like, oh my gosh, why they got that nice house and all I got is this crappy little house here with the roof on it. I know, but if you keep going, hi Patricia, if you keep going, after a while, look, thank God for the dog paddle, because it don't take as much work sometimes to dog paddle. You know, I used to say, oh my God, why people do that? And sometimes you have to stop and just float on your back. Think about that. Sometimes you're not really making any headway. You have to stop, you have to pause, and you just have to float. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. Stay in your own lane and make sure of what you're building up to. The greatest swimmers in the world were not swimmers the first day they jumped in the water. And sometimes they got injuries and they couldn't swim how they swam a month ago. So they dog paddle and then they work on it. And before you know it, we never even knew that they had an injury and they're doing even better than they were. That is life, people. That is not just Olympic swimming or in the pool or being a lifeguard, you know? Stop. It's life. And the other thing is, for those of you who feel like it's so awesome being a lifeguard, quit trying to save everybody but yourself. Can I say that? Stop it. You think you know where you want to go, you're good, you're watching it, and all of a sudden you just got to jump in the water. It ain't even your job. You ain't even the lifeguard. You playing the lifeguard. You see somebody in trouble, you trying to save everybody who's in trouble. Hi, Liz. Yes, Lori, just keep swimming. That's a great thing, too. And the story is, quit it. Quit getting off your stroke trying to save everybody else, because most of the people you looking to save, you've had to save them a couple of other times before. Stop it. That's enabling. Stay in your lane and swim your journey. Stay in your lane. I promise you. Doesn't matter how big the strokes are all the time. It's knowing that you're on the right path and going towards the right things, the things that you feel like are good for you, the things, and again, shove that age out the window. Quit thinking because, oh, you're this age and you had your kids and you couldn't have all that uproar by doing it. You just couldn't possibly upset everybody. That's right. So just keep being unhappy the rest of your life at your own expense so that everybody else can be all right. Knock that off. That's nonsense. Look at them and say, it ain't all about you, cupcake. Stop trying to dictate my life. It's not all about you. That feels so good when you say that and you live your life that way. Take it from somebody who knows, okay? So I hope what you take away from this is you can do anything you want. Make your plan. Be who you want to be. Stay in your lane. Be brave. Be 1% better than you were yesterday. And at the end of a year, you'll be 365% better. Even if you miss a couple of days, isn't 300% better than nothing? No change? You got this. I got this. We got this together, okay? So let's keep doing that, all right? So I will see you next Monday. I got some work to do, some more coffee to drink, and I got some more lives to change, but mostly I've got my own life to change. And thank you for being on the journey. Thank you for following me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being loyal no matter what, because so many of you are. It's so nice to have people not always want to believe the bad that they hear about you, and to think, nope, I know more about that person. I know that person better than that. I don't believe that. Let's support each other for a change. You know what I'm saying? Instead of backhandedly just exhausting yourself with worrying about what other people are doing in their lane. I love you guys. Take care, and I will see you next Monday.